Hey, before we start the episode, I want to let you know we have a show on January 20th at Finback Brewery in Brooklyn, Stuff Island, featuring Chris and I and some of our closest friends. It's going to be a stand-up show at 8 p.m. Links coming soon. We're also launching our brand new beer that day called Stuff. It's a collaboration between Finback Brewery and Stuff Island, obviously, and we're very excited about it. We're going to have some merch. We're going to do a meet and greet at around 6 p.m. if you want to show up early, hang out in the day. They're doing a whole party event the whole day called Not So Sober January. They do it every year in January. It's for true boozers that want to pretend they're being healthier. I hope to see you there. Let's get wet. Those dudes always have tables set up out front of colleges, like Herald Square and like by NYU. Yeah. Just like hand rolled.
I remember like when that happened in Washington Square Park, it was just like the entire fountain was just like a farmer's market of weed.
Of weed, yeah. I was looking for apples for 2 hours.
To smoke weed out of?
Yo, sorry. Sorry we lost your first episode. It's good to see you again.
So, but the Patreon made it?
We're firing the Patreons.
Patreons.
I had my boys take a gander at the page.
Great.
Looked good.
Patreon's
Sounded good,
great.
apparently.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Patreon's great.
Chris just didn't hit the mute button.
Perfect.
Well,
I'm selling you out, dude.
it's not me.
No?
No. The mic wasn't plugged in.
Oh.
Is my mic plugged in today?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
We're good.
I made sure of it.
I mean, I don't mind. This is like a nice little adventure out of the house.
Yeah.
Can I ask, did anybody get sick
Yes.
over the holiday?
Yes.
What'd you get?
I didn't test, but my girlfriend tested COVID.
COVID?
Shane, I think on the road with Shane, I think we both got sick with COVID.
Really?
Came back from Oklahoma and Texas.
When was that?
2 weeks ago. Real high fever. Was sick for 5 days.
But you never tested positive?
I don't test.
Or you just didn't test?
Yeah, no.
What, did you get COVID?
I bunkered down during COVID.
Yeah, I did. But it was like 4 days. No, it wasn't. It was.
Yeah, I did.
It wasn't. But I was wondering if it was going around. It wasn't like I got COVID and then like tested positive and didn't call you guys and like. No.
Oh,
it
you
was
mean
like,
from the last visit that you were here?
yeah.
Oh, you were asking if I gave it to you?
No, I was just asking if it's going around. Really?
Of course, it's always going
Yeah,
around.
I think it's
Yeah,
going
we're
around.
always spitting in each other's mouths.
Jesus.
Are you getting boosted or are you getting the flu
I
shot?
stopped with the booster.
Yeah.
Because now it's like, well, I got COVID. I was like sick for 5 days, and so now
You
I
proved
have
me wrong,
Yeah.
Fouch.
a year.
I'm
you know?
boosted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you boosted? I mean, I did
I've-
like the original 2 boosts.
Yeah, I mean, I got COVID. I'm pretty sure I didn't test, but it certainly seemed like COVID. I got in like September, and so then I was like, I'm fine.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
Dude, the only other time I got COVID was 2021. I got Omicron, and I did like a
Was that like a Peloton?
no, it was the one that like everybody in New York got. It was December 2021, and it was like literally like we were just calling people, and we were like, "Do you have it?" Yes. We had a Christmas party
Yeah.
for people with COVID.
I like that.
That's how many people
That's
had
brilliant.
COVID.
Yeah.
that fucking rules.
Is that like this past Christmas or 2021?
2021.
Oh, okay.
December 2021.
Oh, okay.
But they
Christmas party.
they
That must have been. They probably got a new strain out of that.
yeah.
Yeah,
We got it in New
all
York,
the
though.
Omicrons meet to make a new. It's
was
it's
super
a
Omicron.
Captain Planet. Yeah.
But we got it here, and then we like flew to San Francisco to do shows, me and Rosebud, and then we flew to Texas to do shows. And I tested positive in Texas, and we were still kind of like being uber careful about it. So we drove home from Texas.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
I wasn't gonna get on the plane. I was like, "That's irresponsible." I'm sorry. I'm like,
Is that how she got pregnant? You guys
no, she got
knocking
pregnant.
around in
She
the
actually
car?
did get pregnant with COVID last year.
Oh,
Like
nice.
she was COVID positive, and I was like, "Come on, let's mess around."
You're not that sick. I just checked your
Come
fever.
on.
103 degrees.
It's been 5 days.
Yeah.
You're probably just ovulating.
Come on, turn around. Give me the good stuff.
But I was in like we drove from San Antonio to New York, and so most of that's in the South. You're in the South until you hit Pennsylvania.
Yeah,
something.
right.
Yeah,
And even then.
Yeah.
West
Yeah.
PA is Pennsylvania.
Until you hit Jersey.
Yeah,
really.
yeah, yeah.
But
And it hits you like a ton of bricks.
You get backhanded by a womp as soon as you get close.
Dude, when we made the drive from Cincinnati to New York, like my girl was like, "We'll just get off in Jersey to like fill up with gas and get a snack," and it's like, can't do it.
Yeah.
It's hard, yeah.
You got to drive 10 miles. First of all, you can't turn around.
That's like when you're coming off the Penn whatever turnpike.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, there's too much. And New Jersey always makes it that you can't get from one place to another like quickly.
Yeah.
You know, you like get off and there's shit everywhere and none of it's open and none of it's food you want to eat. It's just open stuff, and then there's a gas station 6 miles away, and there's a giant median in the middle that you can't turn around.
Yeah.
So you're just like, what the fuck is happening up here?
They're trying to trick you just to stay there forever.
That's what I think. Yeah.
But we
So
And then you get a chunky Italian in Uggs pregnant. And you're like, well, I guess I got to open up a jug handle gas
I
station.
guess I live here.
Yeah, I guess I
here
live in Mawa now.
I'm the mayor of Belmar.
Jesus Christ. Sometimes I would like drive around out there and I would like see, you know, just like a dude that kind of looked like me 10 years on, but he'd be in one of those horrible like raw way or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I fucking end up
Wearing Sean John Velour's jumpsuit.
not even that, just if I end up being around that, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I think I'd be gun in the mouth, you
Yeah.
know, just depressed.
You start plucking your eyebrows. You have like a nice little curl to it.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You're talking about just embracing
Just
it.
embracing it.
Just like this is where I
This
live.
is who I
This is
am
who I am.
You were a wig. You showed me some photos.
I did. Yeah, I did have some wigger days. But
Did you ever do shows in North Jersey?
like a few.
It's insane. It's insane.
I'm weirdly
You know how,
like,
like, comics will-
disconnected.
Oh yeah, from North Jersey.
Like I never have been very plugged into like the local, like the tri-state. I do New York, and then I go to like DC or I go to Boston.
Right. Which is, I think, the right move.
Yeah, but there's some money out there.
Yeah, but North Jersey, man, it's too weird. It's like, you know how like comics will be like, if there's like a kind of diverse crowd or a diverse group, they're like, you look like a college brochure.
Yeah.
This is like
The opposite.
someone was trying to make that and completely jumped the shark. Like the diversity in the room is not cool. You're
Yeah.
like this. You're like, who are you? I don't know how
They
any
don't
of
know.
you, because you're in like a weirdly urban area, which
Yeah.
is like North Jersey, but like they're like.
Are you talking like
hicks.
Orange? I know what you mean. Like
yeah, like
Orange is one of the towns. Like
yeah.
West
But I
Orange
feel
is
like
like
that's a
that.
Philly's
Where
like a junk drawer.
Yeah.
Like a proper junk drawer. Like
Yeah.
you open up, you got your wine opener, you got a deck of cards, you got weird pencils that you haven't used in a
Indian
while.
penny.
Rubber bands and Indian penny. Some like Lucky Charm your dad gave you, some dice for some fucking
forever
reason.
stamps that aren't actually the correct amount.
And North Jersey is like, it's a junk drawer of like Coach wallets. You
It's
know,
hard
like
to do stand up because it's like you genuinely want to be like, who are you?
Well, that's
What are you doing?
the
it's like
entire-
Connecticut though. It
that's-
doesn't have an identity. It's just rich people trying to formulate a plan to get to the Big Apple.
That's all of Vegas though. That's
Yeah.
like every Vegas. Have you done Vegas?
Yeah, once.
Like
but
the Comedy Cellar there, you walk in and it's like Kansas City bachelorette party, guys that were in the Marines together,
Yeah,
getting
Norway
back together for the
students.
weekend. Yeah, for some reason, a bunch of dudes from Birmingham on it, you know, like, and none of them wanted to come to a comedy show.
yeah.
They were like, well, we got 4 hours until the Spearmint Rhino has our table ready. Let's fucking go in here.
Yeah.
And then you're like, so I'm not like a very masculine man. And they're like, oh, fuck, get out of here. Like,
Dude, that's
Yeah.
been I feel like that's like coming back on, like from taking a break from doing stand up and then having the Stuff Island tour for the first time. I was like, oh, fans of comedy, the experience you have when they're there to watch comedy instead of just being pulled to a comedy club. You're like,
yeah.
that was incredible.
Yeah.
You're getting
such
sucked
a
from the
nice-
front and the back, and it's just lights out for 2 straight
comedy's
hours.
so crazy right now too because there's so many fans of comedy.
Yeah.
Like I think we talked about
We
this
did.
on the last episode where
You
it's
would
just
never
like
see theaters being sold out by multiple comics.
every single weekend 10 of our friends are at a giant theater and you're just like, who the fuck are these
You're like, I should
people?
have stayed in Rahway, dude. I should have been the mayor of Belmar. I fucked up.
Well, I fucked up because I was like on the other side of it. I'd been in LA too long, so when I first got to New York, like people would be funny, but I'd be like, that's like problematic, you know.
Yeah.
Like, we can't.
LA brain.
You know, like I'd gotten in this place where I was not funny. I was very like much more like I don't think I was quite clapter unfunny, you know, like where I was like trying to
Right.
prove something with
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't want to change the world, but I was like, that's a little sketchy. And now it's like I fully like embrace all of it. I have
many
No, there was like a guy though there is a guy that I used to kind of be like, oh, I don't fuck with that guy because I heard he was like super like outwardly racist,
Yeah.
like fully racist.
Yeah, like a real racist,
Like,
which
yeah.
is frightening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
True racism
you're like
is
you're
not.
racist, and he's like, indeed.
High five.
Yeah. But then I started, watching his comedy lately, and I was like, this guy's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm not contributing to the Patreon, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I'm like, fuck it, man. I don't, life's short. I'll laugh at this motherfucker.
Yeah.
But it had like
some of those guys, even like Nick DiPaolo, if you're watching his like podcast, is like hysterical.
Well, that's funny for other
Shane
reasons.
and I, dude, yeah, Shane and I used to watch his podcast late night. We would blow through his like I couldn't stop laughing. But like when he wasn't trying to be funny was so funny.
That's the best.
Because the visceral anger that's like it's a glowing orb in his fucking organs of like when like a guy wants to say the N-word and like sprain his calf, like just really belt it
He's
out
just
on
too
your front
tense.
lawn, dude. Everything is illuminated.
Well, it's also like if it was it was almost if it was like an intentional character and not like something that really is like emanating from him, it would be like Andy Kaufman level genius.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
he's saying
think
the
he is.
angriest shit you could imagine. And then he's also got his
Hilarious.
soundboard where he's like, he's like hitting buttons, and it's like it's
Well, it's so
fucking
funny to
amazing.
think like
A racist soundboard is so fun, dude. It's a way to you shave down the curves. You know what I mean? Their corners, rather.
But it's so funny to think like you're that mad about what's happening at the U.S. border.
Yeah.
But you're still trying to get the
Wait, where's the-
Yauga?
People darkening a fucking peach taking my job.
No, I know. It's a very delicate balance. He's Leonard Bernstein.
All right, now we're gonna go to Nick's wacky corner.
Dude, he's so funny. I think he's fucking.
I think it's
unbelievable.
hilarious that like I mean I don't want to like besmirch the guy because I think he's probably a decent human, but real fall from grace. Like really didn't read the tea leaves and kind of like the whole Compound Media group.
Yeah.
like really didn't read they didn't look at the forecast.
Yeah,
very
Shane
well.
and I were on there for a while.
Yeah,
We
sure.
did a tour for Delco. It's trying to sell Delco proper and promote. We went with, like Sam or Jim, and he was with Opie. It was Opie and Jim then.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
And we did like a tour of all like Bennington. We did Cumia.
Yeah.
And then Cumia came to us and they were like, yo, you and your Philly boys want to just have like a weekly show. And I was like, well, what does that mean? Because at that time I didn't podcast. It was the first podcast I ever had. And they were like, well, we'll pay you like $500 a week. And I was like, yes. I didn't care. I didn't know. I didn't give a fuck. I was like broke as hell.
Yeah.
I was like, the show
Gotta
didn't go.
take it.
Yeah, it didn't go on yet. And then we did that for like 3 years. But then I saw like everything shifting and moving and changing. I was like, this is why you talked me into doing Stuff Island.
Yeah. We did that a couple times.
It was on the heels of that show being done. And I was like, no, podcasting I hate it. I don't want to do it. And he's like, let's just do it. And they forced me to do it. And here we are.
Yeah.
I really love it. I've never cracked the code though. Like that's what I think it's like. You got to find that thing. Like you guys are. I'm not saying you're not. I'm not saying lucky as like a diminutive. You know what I mean? But the fact that you guys are like two buddies and you just like did it and it's like it hit.
Yeah.
Because I've done that. I've tried that so many times and it's just like when you like get to like episode 25 and you're still looking at the Patreon. You're like, wow, that's not really going anywhere. You're like, fuck, I don't want to do this anymore.
He was balanced in saying like, he was like, look, let's just take a full year. Don't worry about the Patreon. Let's get 1 year out.
Yeah.
And then we can.
Where were you guys when you hit that year?
With
Were
Patreon
you
members?
like where you wanted to be?
Oh
at?
yeah, we were. Yeah.
Way
beyond
past.
it.
Yeah,
It
was like,
did
we're
pretty
paying
well.
rent.
Yeah. We got really lucky. It did pretty well off the jump.
We didn't get lucky, Mom. We worked our fucking dick off, and people like us.
We were very fortunate.
I think the most important part for podcasting, if any, I have a friend that's like asking me like, what,
Yeah.
just like anyone going, hey man, I'm looking to get into stand up. You have any like recommendations? Like, do it. With podcasting, it's different. There's like the way his mind works, even though we're congruent and we're on the same plane with many different things, he has such a different opinion and focal point on life and how it works.
Yeah.
and everything he says is probably the opposite of what I think and feel. So conflict in writing, because they teach you conflict is content, and that's how you create comedy. So everything he says, I'm like, you're a fucking moron.
Yeah.
And then out of that, we find humor.
Yeah,
so to talk for 2 hours with
See, I agree with this, which is why it's bad podcast.
I know, yeah.
right. Yeah, if you get a best friend going, hey man, we love the same shit, it's not going to work on a podcast. You got to find an asshole that you do love.
I think the biggest swing I took at it was with Rosie, and we had like a decent following and stuff. Like we were doing fine, but nothing that was going to make us a living, you know, that type of thing. But it was like that thing also where we probably could have tapped into there's like all these micro markets now, right?
Yeah.
Like, where it's like, if we wanted to be like a couple who is doing
subject
influence
oriented.
together,
Yeah, got
you know,
it.
like where we complain about what we did this week to each other. Like we had good back and forth because we really do annoy the shit out of each other. But we didn't tap into that market.
See, that's a podcast I would watch, is people like you trying to be that and struggling with it. like you and Rosie.
That would be a
Here's
very
an hour of you in hell.
that would be a
Rosebud
very funny.
trying to be that.
Yeah.
Like the actual content you would make would be unwatchable, but the behind the scenes, what are we doing to ourselves?
It would be like for Look at Dish,
would
it'd be like,
be-
Chris, make us pasta tonight. But he'd be like, flour all over his face. Like, I don't fucking love this. I actually don't even know what I'm doing here. I'll get a part-time job in Jersey, dude. This show sucks.
That's like the Curse season 2. It's like just us stuck in like a parent influencer world where we have to go meet like Tammy and Gavin and do like a collab video.
Yeah.
It's like fucking, fucking
How to
kill
decorate
me.
your cul-de-sac with Andy Haynes.
Oh man, I fantasize about that though. I would love, like I was watching this dude, he had this one of those giant basements where it's just like carpet and nothing else.
Yeah,
you know,
hell
like
yeah, dude. Drop ceiling?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I would love to just have that kind of, you know, like even if my commute to spots is an hour and 15, I get back, I just have that giant carpeted basement where I can do whatever.
100%, dude.
I got little hobbies down there. I got little sections.
Dude, I grew up drinking at this place called the Polish American Club in Clifton Heights, PA, and it was, when I talk about like the perfect scenario of a podcast, if I'd have to buy 7 lav mics and mic up all these animals,
Yeah.
and then just have cameras on every angle, and then just have, you know, community talk, like what they talk about. It's a shithole that had like Cheers or Simpsons or 60 Minutes
Yeah.
playing. That's where they came to, like, they were living and dying at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I would just hire a separate guy to remove all the N-words, and the content would be perfection.
Yeah, that would be really amazing if you could make community talk and like you somehow got just like a judge signed a warrant or whatever to just record. Like you were just without getting the rights from the people, and unbeknownst to them, if you were able to record and film everything they were saying, that would be incredible.
Dude, I met my brother.
Incredible.
My brother's an electrician. He's in the electricians union. I would meet him for lunch, and they're already pickled.
Yeah.
They're still wearing their, like, you know.
They got their own hall and shit?
The what?
The union?
Yeah. Local Union 98, I think it is in
So
Philly.
they can go drink there.
Oh, no. They just
not one
go
of those
to
type of things.
whatever the closest fucking watering hole is.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
they just get ripped.
'Cause
That's
I-
why it
I
takes
like that,
7
like,
years
how
for a
there's,
bridge
like,
to get done.
Certain fucking jobs where they just have like a place you can all go get fucked
Yeah,
up
yeah.
at.
No, they do have a union hall. Of course they do. But I would just meet him at a whatever local spot as I was traveling through town. And those dudes, I mean, they're fucking insane.
Whatever local spot is I was traveling through town.
Yeah, like when I came to Philly, wherever they were at, where they were building something, Chris. They built different places.
like
They
you
don't
were
work
part
on
of the
It's not
circus.
fucking Egypt.
Yeah.
There's not one pyramid. I'll see you in 10 years.
I just imagine you like hopping off a train, like
Well-
a cargo train.
Next stop,
Yeah, like Johnny
Philadelphia,
Appleseed.
PA.
Yeah.
For some reason, Tommy's dressed in like his World War II civvy.
You got to fit in, Andy.
You got your bag on. I just got back from the front lines.
I'm willing to bet my brother's drinking over at.
Callie O'Hallahan's. I got my lunch. I always like to start the year with something new, Ian. So this year I'm expanding my palate to trying new wines with First Leaf. Personalized wines with convenient shipping. First Leaf makes it easy to explore new wines around the world. So this is legitimately a wonderful gift idea. It's a shame I didn't have this before Christmas because it's something my father would like. But all you do is answer a series of questions, and it customizes it, personalizes it to deliver wines to you based on your likes and dislikes. So you say, I like something a little more heavy. I don't like sweet. Might find something in like the Bordeaux region. And then all of a sudden you got a box of wine delivered right to your door. Easy peasy. Isn't that nice? Huh? And cheaper. I like that. You got to warm it up. That's how the lights know when I'm killing. Cheaper than going to the wine store. You just answer a series of questions on this website. It delivers to your door based on your likes and dislikes. It's pretty sick, dude. I get my tailored box of wines from First Leaf. All I had to do was answer a few questions. Like I said, their expert team selects customized assortment of world-class wines based on your preferences. Since First Leaf delivers personalized wines right to your door, you can kick back, try new wines from the comfort of your cozy couch, all priced lower than what you would pay in the wild. Plus, if you get a bottle you don't like, they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee, which is incredible. Try something new this year with First Leaf. Go to tryfirstleaf.com/Stuff Island to sign up, and you'll get your first 6 handcrafted bottles for just $44.95. 6 bottles, $44. That's crazy. That's tryfirstleaf.com/Stuff Island. Tryfirstleaf.com/Stuff Island. HelloFresh. My dear friend, you saved me and my comedy partner's relationship. I say comedy partner because a lot of you guys are out there saying that we're true partner and he's sleeping together. We're not. He's not my type. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. You skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's a number one American meal kit. I will speak on this. It's true. We've made a look at dish episode based on Chris, his inability to leave the house, leave his bed, and get to the grocery store, even to buy things. It gets delivered right to his door, and he follows simple step-by-step instructions, and he delivered. Did he deliver, though, or was it HelloFresh? I say 80-20. 80% HelloFresh, 20% Chris. That's how easy this is. Any moron can do it. Any more Connor can do it. Just an absolute ape can open a box. You have pre-portioned ingredients, so you're not going to the supermarket wasting money on things you probably won't cook another time. This is for you. It's not for me, but it's for Chris, and it's for most of your Chris out there. No offense. No, he's a brilliant, beautiful boy. So try it this season, dude. Each HelloFresh box is packed with farm-fresh ingredients. Everything arrives pre-portioned right to the doorstep. Less wasted food. And the recipes. Don't let the recipe boredom strike because HelloFresh has more options than ever. Dig into their biggest menu yet with over 45 dinner options to choose from weekly and even more market add-on items to suit any lifestyle. So you've resolved to actually sit down and eat dinner around the table. What do you do about those nights when your schedule's packed? You turn to HelloFresh's lineup, quick and easy meals, including their 15-minute recipes designed to help minimize mealtime stress. I'll tell you about this. If you're not a chef, if you're not a cook, rather, I'm not a chef. I'm a personal cook for myself and my girl. If you want to spice up the relationship, you want to put a little pizzazz on the bedroom life, make her a HelloFresh box. She's not even going to know. Unwrap everything, put it out there. When she comes in, you have the instructions hidden somewhere like a cheat sheet in college. Dice everything out, set it up, feed her. She thinks you are a chef. Go to HelloFresh.com/StuffIslandFree. All one word, StuffIslandFree, and use code StuffIslandFree for free breakfast for life. That's insane. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/StuffIslandFree with code StuffIslandFree.
But that's the beautiful thing. I think is those types of guys, that would be way better podcasting than anybody's doing. Like those are the people are way funnier.
A million times.
I think
but if
all
you
of us,
show them these, it might fuck them up. That's
all
what I'm saying.
guys,
You put hidden cameras in a bar. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Or a VFW. Like, just let them ride. and we'll do the editing. We'll take out all. You're not going to get canceled from Local 98.
Oh,
The Pipe Fitters Union, you're fine.
Yeah, the
Yeah, like,
storylines.
That's what got you the job, is you being racist. Just calm down.
I have like 10 friends who it's like, if I could get them on tape, they'd be great podcasters, great comedians.
Yeah.
But the second you pull out this, they're-
100%. Dude, you know what these ring lights are? That's a booster shot. Not my watch, you fucking queer.
that's
Don't do
UV.
that.
That's going to turn you gay.
It's going to turn into gay light.
Yeah.
And next what? I suck your dick?
UV does turn you gay.
It does. UV? UV
What?
rays?
Yeah.
If that were the case, I'd be.
That's what I'm saying.
It's funny though, because I do think
what
for a
I'm
lot of those
saying.
You
guys,
dress way worse without the sun.
Oh, man. You piece
Yeah.
of shit. Logged.
Yeah, your hair would just be
That
down.
comment is logged.
Your hair would just be down.
Right here for when
you guys do the first dark podcast after this. What if we did dark?
Dude, just sound location like a bat. Like, Chris, I want to talk about rape. Where are you? Over here. Yeah.
It's like Paranormal Activity. Infrared. I want to do the first Predator style podcast. The whole YouTube channel is just the same colors as that can. Heat maps. So I'm fucking this bitch.
You ever finger a secretary?
Oh man. Yeah, no, I think that's like something that, especially on the East Coast, I don't think we have that as much on the West Coast. But there's like I worked at this moving company for like a decade, and there were so many guys at the moving company that were like way funnier than any comic I knew.
Yeah.
But they were all criminals, and you could never get them to do what it takes to be professionally funny.
Yeah.
They're just funny. But if
The
you ever
truth
try
is,
to
you
bottle
either have
it,
to be really smart or so dumb that you don't even consider the intellect aspect of stand-up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a guy that you would pull off a construction site, you'd be like, don't worry about any of this, dude. Just talk.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it works for a very select few.
Yeah.
But the smartest comics I know are oftentimes the funniest. But a lot of times there's a gray area where you hang out with them in a green room. You're like, this guy,
yeah,
he doesn't have it.
I think that's the
He
same
can't
thing.
do this.
Yeah, that's why I like acting's hard.
Yeah, I think
'Cause You
actors.
start thinking about it, it's like, what faces do I make?
But I think like some of the best actors are the dumbest people. Like when I lived in LA, I would meet great actors and I would like try to talk to them and they were just idiots. But the whole thing was like, you were like, you're a firefighter. And they were like, I'm a firefighter. They didn't go like, what does a firefighter do when he wakes up?
Yeah.
And like they were just
Right,
like,
right.
I'm a firefighter now.
You're pregnant
Yeah.
with two babies. I'm pregnant with two babies.
They're just the most Jedi mind trickable people possible. You don't even have to do the thing. You're just like, you're a firefighter. They're like, I am.
Just the people at the Stanford prison experiment that were just right on board. You want me to kill him? All right, I'll do it. I signed the waiver.
I'll beat the fuck out of my best friend. That's the one where they put him in jail and
Yeah, they made,
guards
like-
and prisoners.
Yeah, guards and prisoners. And they were just like, I think they were just volunteers
Yeah,
at Stanford.
yeah.
Was it Stanford?
I thought it was
or-
Penn.
Yeah.
It was.
University of Penn, wasn't it?
Was it University?
I thought it was Philly.
No,
Is
I
it
thought
Stanford?
it was Stanford.
It's either
Stanford.
Stanford, like Connecticut, or
No,
Stanford.
It's
It's one of.
yeah, it's
Stan-
got to be Stanford.
Stanford.
They're not doing any prison experiments. at
Can you
Stanford.
Google it? Can you
I
figure
don't
out?
want him around.
Yeah. Not at the twin race.
I'm not dressing up.
I still don't understand why that thing was so bad because it was like they were like, here, play prisoner.
Well, I think they were supposed to just have like, like a kind of like a fun little time.
And then they took on their roles way too seriously.
yeah, and then people started being like genuine dicks to people, and people were like, "That, all right, you went too far."
Yeah,
there.
you never graduated with a guy that became a cop and you hang out with him. You're
No,
like,
I mean,
this dude's a piece
I
of
went
shit.
to I went to a school that was like pretty lefty artist, middle of Seattle. Like Macklemore went to my high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
pretending to be gay.
Jimi
kind of stuff.
Hendrix went to my high school. Quincy
What?
Jones went to my high school.
Q?
Yeah, Q,
Big Q?
Big Q.
Hendrix
the
was a
Diggable
lib-
Planets went
Hendrix
to
was a
my.
libtard.
Hendrix got kicked out of our school for. I mean, I obviously was like
Yeah.
fucking 40 years after him, but he
Playing a
got
woman's
kicked out for
clitoris.
fucking a lady in the hall.
Nice.
That
Good for him.
rules.
Yeah, he was
Hey, you
cool.
should have never been there.
We had a big bust in the library of Jimi Hendrix.
A
was
big
awesome.
bust?
Bust,
Oh,
like
like,
you know,
yeah.
head and Yeah.
Paper
Just a
mache.
picture of him getting busted. Fucking around.
Get on your knees. Show me your hands.
That's Jimi Hendrix there.
Can you see the headband? He's
His
wearing
bust
that
is
way
like
back
this.
then.
He still can't stop fingering the girl. I can put up one hand. I'm busy fingering,
His mind is back.
is what Jimmy would say. You know what
God
bothers me right now?
What?
You know what grinds my gears? Let's get back to bad
This is-
podcasting.
It's a new segment.
No, honest to God, every time around this year, I hate when people wear brand new gifts.
Oh yeah.
Like when I see your Christmas gear and your wish list,
Oh,
it
yeah.
drives me fucking insane.
Yeah.
Every
yeah.
person is wearing at least 2 brand new pieces sparkling. And I don't know why.
Talk about
The psychological aspect of this, I don't know why. It bothers me.
this is like predator podcasting. That's Tommy's like scope on his shoulder. It's just I never even noticed it.
Does it bother you? Like, did it bother you when you were in school and those like the gear came out in September?
I don't know. It might be because I
Yeah,
never
good
got the
question.
good stuff.
Yeah, this goes deep.
I'd like to talk to somebody who knows what the fuck, like why I would be
I
upset.
remember. I remember that though. Like January when
So
you
white
come back to
trash.
school and you would see people with all their new clothes.
Yeah.
And you were like, this motherfucker.
Yeah, you have a shiny FUBU jacket on, dude. You know what I would do for that?
Dude, I never got like the shit beat out of me, but I got fucked with because I went to like a predominantly black middle school, and that was like my main like wigger days.
Yeah.
And am I allowed to say that? I don't know.
Yeah, of course.
But like I showed up with a Philadelphia Eagles starter jacket, like a beautiful like full zip, not the poncho,
Oh,
like
yeah.
the pullover,
Like
like
zip
full
and
zip.
button?
What?
The zip and button from
Yeah,
91?
This would have been 94. It was a great jacket.
Yeah.
And this other kid, Brian, had the same jacket. And he was like, you fucked up. Like it was like on. Like you either get rid of this jacket or I'm going to beat you
Yeah.
up. You weren't allowed to have the same starter jacket.
Make it into a quilt or we'll have problems.
Wear this on the weekends when you visit your dad.
You have visitation rights for your starter jacket.
But we came to the conclusion because I was like,
We mutually agreed.
we mutually agreed that if he took my dongles, whatever the little like things
Yeah.
that, what are those called? Like those-
Crokies?
Tie-offs? No, the
Crokies?
things
you
you
push them and they
they
go
tighten
along.
up your thing.
Oh, he mined you for spare
Dongles
parts.
Yeah, he goes, you give me those, we're all right.
Give me your neck mufflers. We'll be fine.
But I remember I did get like, I got punched one time because I bought the same sneakers as a kid.
Yeah.
And it was like, he was like fly, you know what I mean? Like he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
just like the kid, always like really well faded, well dressed. And then he had these shoes on. I showed up the same day that he had them on and he was like, all right, you fucked up. And I remember he punched me so hard. I
Was
like,
Brian black?
what?
Was he black?
Yeah. Yeah. All the kids that were punching me were black.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna let the white kids because I went to like a magnet school for like, so everybody that was white at my middle school was like a higher learning. It was like a advanced program.
yeah,
So they were all like autistic and weak and malnourished. But then they just pumped us they just bust us onto the hood.
Yeah. This is the Seattle prison experiment.
Lower learning.
Yeah.
Did you ever try? Did you ever try to explain that hitting someone over sneakers is insane?
No, because I fully went the other way where like half the kids like, you know, they just stayed indoors and just kind of tried to stay out of people's way. I mean, school was kind of segregated just on base where the classrooms were and where your locker ended up. But like I fully wanted to be black. I I permed my hair at one point, so it was really curly. I wore like, you know, like Dickie suits. I remember at one point I had a red bandana in my back pocket because everybody at my school was a blood. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
it's cool.
It's just a color.
Yeah. I was like, I'm with these guys, so
Yeah.
it's probably fine.
At one point, I had a baby mama just
Yeah.
because.
No, I did all of it. I tried so hard. I remember I saw kids like, you know, selling crack.
Yeah.
And I was just, you know, I come from like this affluent neighborhood in Seattle. And I was
Yeah.
like, is that really crack? You know, like, wow. And they're like, we're going to kill you if you say anything. I was like, great.
I'm blood, bro.
Yeah, I'm part of Bung Boy Slav. Those are Filipino bloods.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest is nuts like that. You just have pods of like actual gangs.
That's so crazy.
And then just
Really
like local
bizarre.
trash People
because
still
it's
eat
weird.
now,
Like Seattle and the suburbs are kind of like this weird mix of like, because like also you're where you lived got different groups of immigrants, right?
Yeah.
Like Seattle got like Laotians and Vietnamese
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Samoans.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden we got like tons of Ethiopians and Somalians. And that was kind of like what was, made it. But we didn't really have Latinos. We didn't have like a Latino presence in Seattle.
Congrats.
Yeah, it was nice. But then you go out to the outskirts and it's just just the rednecks, like way beyond anything.
Yeah.
Like it would make PA kind of look like dignified.
Yeah.
Would make like Central PA be like, well, those people have their shit together.
Yeah.
In the Northwest, they're just damp and racist.
Yeah. Well, they
methed
get
out.
vertical.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
get vertical. That's the thing. Is like we have Hicks, but they're at sea level.
Yeah.
When Hicks get vertical, they get scared.
yeah, when
when
you
they
give
get the high ground,
Elevation. When Hicks get vertical, that's beautiful.
they get
Oh shit.
really spooky.
That's when you want to be careful.
Yeah,
You see a redneck above 2,000 feet,
dude. Get low, dude. Get low.
get flat and low.
Yeah. Wear camo, just like
Strap
that.
on your rollerblades. Get downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it does bother me.
Because you
I
can't
look
get
at the
it good.
boots. I look at the jacket. Everything's sheen.
But you're a pretty well dressed guy now.
I do it year round, though, baby.
But do you think it's
You'd
just
think
like
it was
a
Christmas once a week.
that's really what you hate about Christmas. Is you feel like people are catching up.
buying new shit all the time. You fucking poor.
Fucking once a year, you buy new stuff.
Yeah.
oh nice shoes? How about me every week?
Yeah. Again. No, dude. We talked about this, but like, I love putting. I purge some of my sneaks like every couple months. Put them on the curb, and
Yeah.
there's so much foot traffic because we don't have a dump for what do you call it?
Clothes?
Yeah,
Like a donation.
a donation
Yeah.
box. We used to have one, and they got rid of it. So now you just put it on the railing, gone within seconds.
That's
Yeah,
great.
It's incredible. I saw some guy in the coffee shop with these boots I got from Nordstrom Rack.
Dude,
They were
it's
your
like
boots.
dangerous.
My boots, Nordstrom Rack.
It's like dangerous. You put stuff out there and you can hear like tires screech.
You turn around, it's like a fucking Stephen King novel, like The Langoliers or something. You're like, there's the boots. I turned around. They're gone.
There's another fist fight over some Kanzoris out front.
Oh, man, I just realized because I hadn't driven down, what is that, Steinway, the next?
yeah.
Yeah.
I hadn't driven down. I get real
You
racist.
doxing us right now, Ian?
What?
You
Are not
doxing us.
You don't want me to say that?
You doxing us?
I'm not trying to.
No.
I learned what that word was like 6 months ago. Because we got doxed.
No, but it's just like I get real racist when I get to these like I start doing
Finish
this.
the sentence.
No, but it's like when a neighborhood where people double park a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
3-point turn town.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
3-point turn, you know you're
I'm
in a
like,
neighborhood that's...
maybe they do that in your country. But in America, we have rules.
Dude, people will 3-point turn in the middle of hectic traffic, and it's like the balls of you, not
Yeah.
just go straight, take a right, take another right,
But if
take
you
another
haunted
right.
them, they would want to fight too. That's
Yeah,
the
of course,
fucked
it's
up
great.
thing.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
would you want to live here? You fuck.
Yeah.
Wait till your daughter gets
Yeah.
to 13. Come out to a real place.
They're ready to fight. They got their flashes on. They got time.
It's a warning.
yeah. Dude, I saw that exact interaction happen outside of our door where like a guy was parking and a delivery guy on a moped like was like on his ass, I guess.
Yeah.
And he got out and he was like, "You fucking piece of shit. Well, this is your first time in America. We don't fucking do that here. We don't fucking do that here." And the guy on the bike eventually started just going, "Fuck you. Fuck you." And he's like, "Oh, you speak English now. Oh, you speak English now." And he had to like back up his moped. It was crazy.
It just says Grubhub on
This
his
was
back.
like Christmas Eve. Yeah.
That's something that's beautiful though about the East Coast is because I feel like I grew up my entire life like you can say "fuck you" to somebody in Seattle, And it's probably just gonna go away, right? Like,
Yeah.
Like if somebody fucking does something stupid on the road, you go, "You fucking asshole," and they honk, and then you both go. In New York, like you go, "Fuck you," and like literally, I saw like a post truck stop, and the postman was ready to fight. He was like, "You gonna call me a fucking asshole? Let's do this.
Yes.
I'll give up my pension."
It's so beautiful.
We just
time
don't do that on the West Coast. I think it's safer here because of that, because you know you can get punched in the face.
This is what we were talking about last time.
Yeah.
The accessibility and the threat of violence will make a community stronger and tighter.
Dude, yeah.
and a family.
And
you
a
know?
family.
That's why
if
you
you
hit
don't
your
have
kids.
a threat of getting punched in the fucking mouth, it
Yeah.
ruins
I
the
gave,
consistency of laws.
when I first moved here and I was parking, I gave a guy the finger once because he was like honking behind me and stuff. And he
Can't do
pulled
that.
up next to me and he was like, "Roll your window down." And I was like, "No." He was like, "Roll your window."
No, thank you.
He was like, "Fuck you, I'll fuck you up." And I just sat there and let him pass. And I remember thinking like,
just put the seat
that
back?
was right on the edge.
Yeah, yeah.
I found a guy right. He was the perfect guy to give the finger to because
Dude.
he let me know that there's a lot of people out here that will kill me.
I saw some guy do that where like they both stopped in an intersection because they were honking each other. Both were trying to take a left turn. They fucked each other up, like they got too far out, so they couldn't take the left turn, and so they were window to window, and they both were like, "Roll your fucking window!" It's like nobody
You
could go
first on the count of three.
Yeah. Dude, I hated, like, I lived in North Philly. I went to Drexel, like, so did he, but I lived on Temple's campus in fucking, dude, it was
That's chaos.
Fallujah. It
Yeah.
was nuts.
Yeah.
Dude, I drove up there a couple years ago. Like during the pandemic, I did a move. I had no idea what North Philly was
North
about.
Philly
Oh,
is
Like it's like Baltimore. It's that same
Yes.
thing where there's just
Yes.
whole blocks
And
that are
Camden,
condemned.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we lived like 6 blocks off in proper, like there was only 3 houses on our block that weren't boarded up. And it was owned by some dude who was like from LA, who was like a surfer dude, and he didn't give a fuck about anything. He bought like 3 or 4 of these properties for like 10 grand.
That guy's a fucking
3 stories,
bazillionaire now.
9 of us lived there. And the only saving grace was a police station across the street. But like every now and then, like you know that Chappelle joke about the baby selling drugs on
Oh,
out of the
yeah,
limo
yeah.
or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I became accustomed to loud either gunshots or fighting or screaming in the streets to the point where when I go to like the Poconos or like a mountain, if I went to Utah,
Yeah.
I can't sleep because it's so peaceful.
Yeah.
And I also was raised where like we had a trolley in our backyard. I need sounds of mayhem.
Trolley in your backyard?
Yeah, it was our
a
house was
streetcar?
here, and then we had a small backyard that was the size of this rug, grass, and there was a fence, and then a trolley.
Oh,
So it
okay.
would go ding, 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 and then the trolley would run through every
And then you
20
go
minutes.
to the land of make believe, Mr. Rogers' neighborhood.
Hey, Ian, do you ever realize how many subscriptions you're actually paying for? If I asked you how many do you think you're paying for and how much money is actually coming out of your bank account, would you know? You goddamn right you wouldn't. I mean, I would have said yes because I'm prideful, but I'd be lying. And if you sign up for Rocket Money, they'll save you. They'll save your life, dude. They'll save your wife too, your relationship. They save money for people. They save relationships because you're paying for subscriptions that you shouldn't be paying for. And without Rocket Money, you have no idea. It's out there. There's a few companies I can't speak on, and I just got an email from a company I've been paying for, apparently for like 2.5 years, pulling from my old bank account because I switched banks. Had no idea. No, Rocket Money seriously is legit. I'm trying to get Chris to get it going because he's more of a mess than I am. He truly needs it. Yeah. I feel like my finances they're not great, but you've met him. You know Chris. Remember Chris? He's probably paying for software from college. Like that kid he's got to be. I'll get him going. Rocket Money is a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills. You're paying for a consultant, essentially. You're also paying for someone to strong arm these companies to stop taking advantage of you. You know, when you use Rocket Money, it'll show all the subscriptions you're paying for, and you could just uncheck the ones you don't want, hit unsubscribe. Rocket Money does all that stuff for you. You're not even a middleman. You don't have to call customer service. You don't have to talk to fucking Debbie from Wisconsin. No problems. It's done for you. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has helped Save its members an average of $720 a year with over 500 million in canceled subscriptions. Stop wasting money on things you don't use. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions by going to rocketmoney.com/Stuff Island. That's rocketmoney.com/Stuff Island. rocketmoney.com/Stuff Island. I am on Dayquil.
The trolley that would come
It's
through.
really, you really didn't like that.
Dude, I would love it.
Felt like he was saying I was making this all up.
No, if that little cat or whatever, the king was on the trolley.
Dude, shut the fuck up.
I did like that little cat.
Yeah, it is cute.
The little
Cat's cute.
animatronic
Cat is
cat.
cute. And he's like,
There's trouble in
there's trouble in North Philly.
I had
The Sicilians are at it again. Mr. Rogers letting the cat call black Sicilians.
I had no idea that North Philly was like that and then I saw all the TikTok stuff about what's that neighborhood that's
Kensington.
Kensington. I'd
yeah.
never seen that. Butterly like explain the whole thing. to
Yeah,
me.
dude, he lived in that muck for his whole life.
Yeah.
He just moved like 3 years ago. He finally
Yeah.
moved out.
Yeah, he had a funny joke about like
We used to pick him up to do like sketches and shit.
yeah.
And like me and McKeever would pull up and be like, holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
There'd be like, you know, how there's like rolling balls of like hay and
Yeah.
it would just be rolling balls of like dollar store
Yeah.
bags with
Just a tire on fire.
just
Dude,
mayhem. He'd be like, yeah, what's up, dude? Where are we going?
I was in Baltimore last weekend for I did that club, The Port. Great little like brand new club, very comic run, that whole thing. But I was like driving to do radio on Friday morning, and I drove through like a whole neighborhood where like literally for like 20 minutes of driving, just like The Wire. Do you remember The Wire?
Yeah, of course.
Like blocks and blocks of empty houses.
Yeah.
Like I'd never seen that in
Yeah.
a
Oh,
city.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then just randomly there'd just be like 2 houses where like Christmas decorations,
Yeah.
the whole 9 yards, and then just blocks and blocks.
Just
It's
liquor
crazy.
stores and churches.
Yeah, exactly.
I got held up like 4 times
really
on Temple's campus.
with a gun.
Dude,
Yeah.
where he was on Temple's campus, I don't know if this happened. I think this might have happened right after you left, but they literally put up stadium lighting on
Yeah.
the streets.
Oh, they would do that. They would do that in Brooklyn.
like, and it would just be all night on the street, like not street lamps, like fucking
Floodlights.
big floodlights. There's no darkness on the streets.
UV rays. That's why they're not
Yeah.
gay there.
it cooks them out of them.
They were getting too gay. They're like, get the lights up.
Turn up the
We can't
heat.
have
Yeah,
a whole.
toughen these kids up.
Yeah. They're already badasses.
Yeah,
Can't have-
me when I first moved back to New York, I lived with Racine, like on DeKalb and Throop Street,
Yeah.
like right in the middle of Bed-Stuy, and it was just like every time there was like some shit, like at a project where like there'd be a shooting, the cops would just come in with this cherry picker with just UV lights on it, and they just set it up.
Yeah.
And that was like their crime different. It was weird though, because there'd be a cop in the cherry picker. I didn't know what he was gonna do. He just had floodlights. He's just yelling down at me. You guys better stop that.
Yeah.
There's more
That'd
of
be
us.
great if the dude was like, "You ruining our podcast. We do a podcast in the dark."
That'd be a sick.
A lot of callbacks. To that.
That'd
Yeah,
be
I
a
like
sick,
it.
That'd be sick in like Sim City. If the new feature is Sim City, like instead of putting a prison in it, just put lights.
Just floodlights.
Yeah, just floodlights there.
I never played
Reduce
SimCity.
it
I
down.
never played SimCity.
I was busy fingering, throwing touchdowns.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta build a city in between that.
True.
You know,
You didn't play soccer?
Give her time to heal.
or a very competitive railroad.
what?
You didn't play soccer?
Football, baseball, basketball.
Just because you're Italian.
It's localized too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Italians, like culturally, you would root for Italy, right?
Italian and Irish.
Oh, you're,
mostly
You're
Irish.
mixed. Okay.
Ugh.
That makes
Cut
sense.
I'm gonna spoil this. All my Italian fans out there.
This guy's a fucking fraud.
Talking shit on Belmont. Now this.
I feel like that's every Italian guy.
Yeah. Pieces of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Full blown wops
Yeah,
are
every
garbage,
time
dude.
you're like full Italian, mostly Irish.
Yeah. Well, that's a safe thing. You know what I mean? You don't want to do too
Mostly
much in the
Irish.
bag.
Yeah.
You can't have too much WAP. You'll OD, dude. You quickly OD on WAP. You got to have a
true.
little sprinkling of German and Irish.
I love it when they got that, like, when they're like culturally just North Jersey, but they like the family's got them in like a Puma tracksuit.
Yeah.
You know, it's not even cool like Adidas tracksuit.
Yeah,
It's like they're wearing like French Connection, you know, the FC UK shit. They were wearing like crossbody bags, like, you know, like 2010
Yeah, way before it
capri
was a
pants.
thing.
They got that tiny forehead.
Yeah.
Just hair all the way down to They've got a widow's peak like right here. You're like, wow.
And
what the
they go
fuck?
visit family
What
for the
fuck is
summer,
that
and they were
guy?
fully
Yeah.
gay. You're fully gay in Italy. You're like, what the fuck is that?
Dude, my brother used to call me Eddie Munster. My widow's peak growing up was fucking bananas, dude. There was only one section of my body that every hair wasn't connected, and it was like right here.
Yeah,
and
you
now
guys
it's
both
connected.
have great hair. You
Thanks,
guys are so
bud.
fucking
thanks,
lucky. I
man.
got transplants.
You did,
Yeah.
and they worked out, obviously.
Kinda. I have to do a little bit of maneuvering.
What kind of
my body
product?
rejected?
I can show you my product. You'd be great with. You have thinner, not too thin. You're in between thick and thin.
I started taking the pills.
The dick pills, Hims.
No, just the Propecia or whatever.
Oh, okay. How's it working? Is that a thing? Is it real?
I don't know.
We have a new sponsor for hair health. They don't say hair growth.
Oh, hair
It's
health.
hair health.
Who is it?
I don't know.
I forget.
We did the read a couple days ago. You think I'm remembering all this, Ann?
Well, I endorse them.
Yeah.
I support your new sponsors.
They didn't send me a
Hair
box
health.
of stuff, but if they do, I'll
Thank you.
happily
I appreciate
shove
it.
them up your ass.
No, I got the hair transplants, but I like fucked up. I like just thought it was like I could just go back to normal life. I just started working again, just sweating, doing all the gross stuff. You got to like sit there for like weeks,
Without fucking up the
exerting,
the growth.
you know, shit like that. Yeah.
Because otherwise you're overwatering the garden when you
Well,
you see
also like just the like
stress.
I just fucked with it too. I like fucked with it because like you get a bunch of scabs all over your head.
Oh
So I
yeah,
was doing
picking
like
at him.
I was just like kind of
Just doing a lot of thinking.
yeah, exactly.
they take a strip off the back and then
That's the old way. That's called what's that called?
landscaping.
That there's like
Sodding.
there's FU something, FUT or something, and FUE. And FUT I think is like the one where they take the strip,
Yeah,
and that's like you see those guys sometimes now like they'll turn
it didn't work.
like if they get like sweaty or they go swimming, you're just like, oh shit, you got like a whole
yeah, you
fucking
can
thing
see.
missing.
Yeah.
But I got the one where they took like all throughout the back of my head.
Oh wow.
So you
Like
couldn't even tell.
individual
Yeah.
follicles,
That
Yeah.
rules.
and they implant them.
That's the one I
They just
want.
insert them right.
Wow.
Yeah, 2000. It was like
So it's literally putting rosebuds,
yeah,
not rosebuds. I didn't mean that as your
Yeah.
wife.
it's fine.
Rose bushes
Yeah,
just in the garden.
yeah.
You're just plucking. Hopefully, half of them work.
And they do it a lot. Like the best place to do it is Turkey. You know about this? Like if you go to Turkey, you'll see like thousands of men with bandages on their heads from doing it.
That's the place to go.
That's like a normal thing in like the UK is you fly with your buddies for your bachelor party. You go
Yeah.
to Istanbul, you all get hair transplants.
It's like Miami and Mexico for asses and tits.
Yeah.
How did they get so good at it? Is there a big bald turkey population?
I think they're hairy. I think they're hair people.
Yeah. They are hair people.
I think they're also cosmetic like kind of surgery people. You know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Sand
The
and hair
Turks?
people.
Sand
That's what we call them. Yeah.
Sand and hair.
whole
The
Middle
land of
East.
sand and
The
hair.
land of sand and hair.
The sand and hair belt.
Yeah. Is he one of the sand guys or hair guys? You're like, he's both.
He's both.
He's some turkey.
How did he do that?
I don't know.
He lives on both sides of
Yeah.
the Bosphorus.
But he ain't going to 3-point turn in my neighborhood. I know that.
That's their sad version.
Call
of
back
that?
City.
Yeah.
I got
You ever go to the hookah bars?
I've been once.
How was it?
The fucking Heineken was like $12. It was nuts, dude. The fat girls were banging, though.
Oh, I
Nice,
bet.
dude.
Dude, the puke outside of a hookah bar is something I've always. The way a dog searches for the scent of another dog's piss. Every time I walk past one of these hookah bars on Steinway,
Well, it's got to be Spin City in there. You're taking in that
Oh,
much tobacco and
dude.
drinking. You got to walk out.
and the
just
bass and the music is the lights. It's like going on the Gravitron. Remember the Gravitron?
Yeah.
It's like going on a Gravitron.
I used to hookah all the time when I was like 20. I love that shit. I thought it was so great. I was
Yeah.
like, this is cool. It's kind of
It
ethnic.
tastes like ass. I did one not too long ago. I didn't go to an actual hookah bar. It was a place in Manhattan that I had no idea what it wanted to be. It was like an oyster bar, but they had hookahs. And my girl and I were like, let's get a hookah, see what it's like. And I was like, okay. And it was like,
it fucks you up, right?
That's a podcast I would listen to. Is guys picking up chicks in loud environments.
Jesus Christ.
How do they do it?
Mic them up.
How do they do it? What do you say?
Yeah.
Every time I'm in a loud bar, I'm like, how? What do you even say? At
I
this
know what they
volume?
say. They go, what's up, Ma? You good? That's
really?
it. And they're like, come in me. Fill me up, daddy.
Is that, yeah, that was my theory. Is that it's loud, so you can't talk, and you just
Stare at
swap
'em.
bodies.
What
Yeah.
if we started? I think we should start a movement where guys like us start wearing the shiesties.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
I like that.
What are
It's the
shiesty?
balaclavas, like the
yeah,
thing that
yeah.
all the teenagers wear.
Yeah.
I think we should start wearing them just for fun.
Oh my God, it's never worked
What
once
is
for a
that?
woman.
Can we do a podcast episode where we all have shiesties
1,000,000%. We'll pretend this didn't fucking record. Come back over. I got 3 waiting for us.
I used to wear those for sports in the winter.
Yeah,
Baklavas.
I didn't realize that they would catch on off the field.
yeah. They're good for crime.
I guess they do make
They
it
help
good.
with crime.
So funny. I don't know. There's something funny to me about committing a crime with like an Under Armour bottle.
It's like it's branded.
Is that sweat wicking? Yeah.
It's actually good for the crime because like your pheromones go up and you like would smell, but this stuff wicks.
Would you call me? Dude, there was a fucking, on the way home from the gym, like an hour ago,
Yeah.
passing one of these trees, there's just a set of Honda keys, car keys. Some guy was like, found on the street, just put them on one of the branches. I'm like, that's kind of nice, but it's also kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
And then as I was walking 50 feet, there was 4 Hondas. So if you're a piece of shit, we have a lot of druggies coming, ripping through our our trash for $5 cans.
Did it have the electronic opener
Yeah, it
on
had the fucking.
Oh, you could have just beeped it.
Yeah, it could have just beeped it and then put it in the car.
I wasn't touching any of that.
Well, just put it in the car.
But
then
that's
they
a
come back
crazy-
and they go, "Oh my God, I left them in the car," and they got no idea about this whole
Or
story.
you go and you set the alarm off
That's a nice one.
because then they're like, "What is my car alarm going?" off?"
Find the alarm.
Yeah.
Write your number and name on the thing saying, call me when you get this. Or you take I should have took the keys off the tree and fucking roofed them.
Yeah.
Like, like
That would have been
Dinklage.
the neighborly thing to do.
What if
Yeah.
Dinklage was knocked out on the roof after I tossed him up there and just got awoken by Honda keys smashing off his giant weird forehead?
That's such a disappointing moment. I remember I
It's another
locked.
callback, and we
I
had
remember last time we talked about it.
nice,
Who do
yeah.
you do it to? Asmuth?
Asmus.
Yeah.
He winged them, dude.
That's
why I wanna roof
Asmuth's Dinklage would be a great fight. That would actually
His
be
only challenge.
that would be a very
It
good
would be
fight.
his only
yeah.
challenge.
That would be
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's bear versus lion.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be fucking
But
awesome.
miniature.
God damn. I think I'd give it to Dinklage.
Yeah, I think he has more fight in him.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know.
I don't
Dudes,
know. They say
dudes
the
that are
low
like
man wins.
super sweet, and he's harboring something that hasn't been unlocked yet.
Yeah.
Jeffrey has something he's
When you
got
say Jeffrey, he does. Oh yeah.
he's got
Yeah.
a fire in him, dude.
Yeah.
I bet you he goes fucking ham, just chews his nose off.
Jeffrey the Joffrey Asmus.
Joffrey,
Jeffrey the Joffrey. Just to keep it all game.
That's all Dinklage hears. Dinklage throws his chicken wing. 20 minutes later, you're there announcing Jeffrey's return to kick the shit out of Dinklage. You've all souped him up.
no, it's just a cop with a spotlight.
I think I said on the lost episode was like that reminded me that every time I've met anybody that I've respected, it's been an awful exchange.
yeah.
Every time I've met a comedy hero, they've been like, I want nothing to do with
yeah,
you.
they're pieces of shit.
They do not like me.
Yeah. That's why we got along because I
That's
suck.
been. It's almost been like a running theme for your life. It feels like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
everyone you like doesn't like you.
Well, I definitely think I have like a
What?
Black people at
yes,
school.
that's true.
Well, yes, he's
No, but I do. I
he's
think
offensively white.
you have tapped into something, which is I have a very like howdy doody ass, like really want you to like me, but it's
Yes.
like, like the friendly thing. Like Esty from the Comedy Cellar, she hates me. She hates me. And it's all because I like wanted her to like me so much that every time I'd come in, I'd be like, so Tel Aviv, what's Tel Aviv like? Like trying to fucking talk to her about Israel. And she was like, nothing to do with you.
That's
Let
why I'm
this
going to walk up
fucking
to her
guy-
and just going to go free Palestine.
Yeah.
Whisper it right in her fucking ear.
just
You gotta
have
hit
the
him
hookah
first,
with
dude.
you.
It's prison rules. You got to punch him
Kafia
right in the
hookah.
face. Let them know. Let them know who the fuck you
I'd
are.
like to do time here.
Yeah.
Like a lot of Palestinians have been doing the last 70 years.
Under your control. Piece of shit, asshole bitch.
They actually surprisingly have a bunch of Arab comics there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Mo.
Mo. They got Mo, who's like fully, outwardly Palestinian. They got Hassan.
No shit, dude.
But I mean, like he's like advocating for Palestine. There's other Arab comics there that aren't necessarily,
Cowards.
traitors to their own race.
Yeah, cowards. God, nothing worse than the opposite. Like a Schumer.
Yeah.
That bag of shit. That bag of hot dogs been yapping about fucking. Anyway, you have anything to promote, Andy?
I'm doing a tour with Amy Schumer. Gonna be going out with Amy. Hitting up all women's colleges.
Yeah.
No, I did like a crowd work thing. That's gonna be out on my YouTube. I'm pretty proud of that.
Nice.
It was
When's that come out?
It's coming out next Friday.
Nice.
The 5th, so it'll be out probably by the time this comes out.
In 2 days.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
yeah.
5 days.
Yeah, we could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for your special, we could do that.
I would appreciate that. That's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's coming out on my YouTube. It's just like I gave a bunch of people an email, and then I wasn't allowed to look at the email until 24 hours before the taping. And then I got the email, opened it up, and then tried to write an hour in 24 hours. I did not succeed, but I did a lot of crowd work and storytelling. And it's fun.
Dude, that fucking rules.
Yeah, it was a really fun time. And then, I'll be at, I think I said this maybe last time, but I'll be at
Say it
the
again.
Laugh Factory in Chicago, February 18th, doing one night there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Laugh Factory in Chicago rules. I love that place.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah.
it's like almost like a little theater.
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's in Wrigleyville, right?
I think so.
It's right by the stadium, I thought.
It's up there. I think it's like by Boys Town,
Yeah.
the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Chris does as he gets his fucking autism gets going.
Yeah, the
Hey,
location.
He loves to Google Map shit.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I've been talking about I think I don't want to die. I just want you to upload my consciousness so I can walk around Google Maps. Just upload it to the server, and I'm just going around Turkmenistan. Like, wow, they got McDonald's here too. Wow, look at that.
Have you ever done VR Google Earth?
Well, I have an Oculus. No, I haven't done it yet.
Oh my
It's pretty sick.
God. It's
I've done like
incredible.
the cardboard
Dude, I just
one.
go to the Grand Canyon and look.
Do you have Oculus?
Yeah.
Because I did the cardboard box one, and I
gotta
walked up.
I think I have to leave him alone.
I
I think I need to exit.
yeah, if you talk right now, we
I
get
think I've done
violent.
enough. You guys are pissed.
No, but you can like walk up. You can walk up to the top of Everest in VR.
Yes.
I did that.
Yeah, you can do that on Google Earth. You can go to any mountain.
That's fucking.
It's
great.
all mapped out. It's sick.
That's great.
You can go you can go anywhere. You can go to the national parks and just like walk around.
See, I like that shit.
Yeah, or you can go to just cities. All the cities are like built up. It's crazy.
That's fucking brilliant.
Yeah, it fucking rules.
I've been thinking about doing a live stream just called MapQuest. And all it is just 2 hours of me walking around doing MapQuest shit or Google Earth shit, just going to like different countries and making fun of stuff.
Oh, dude, that would be so fun.
I think it would be really fun. Yeah. All right, maybe I'll do it.
Yeah, you could do like a crowd worky kind of thing with people that are just in the photos walking.
Well, the funniest thing is like for every location, like on Google Maps, there's people tag their photos there. So you'll be like at a gas station in the middle of Mexico, and if you look through the photos, they'll eventually be like a family, and they're just like in front of the gas station. You're like, why did you tag this? But they
never
get
seen
wacky
gas
sometimes
before,
too.
yeah.
I guess, yeah. Is that it? Are we done?
Yeah,
All right,
that's it.
cool.
Head over to the Patreon to see another hour with Andrew.
Gracias.